Welcome, one, and welcome all to a new era of the One Lux Is channel. As you can see, I have a new avatar. It's very Halloween. I didn't mean for it to be actually very Halloween, but you know what? I love Halloween. So we're just sticking with it. And anyways, I think it looks because I cut off my hair. By the way, yeah, in case you didn't see, the latest upload of me calling out bonkers.
Girl, not the side. Hi there. In case you don't know who I am.
I cut my hair, and so it's not as long. You would know if you followed my Instagram, by the way, and TikTok. Who said that? Anyways, the wind is crazy. It's like I'm self-promoting my own social media for absolutely no reason. Anyways, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this episode. When have I ever said that? Hold on. Let's get into the topic of today's video. It is the Lux Factor related, however, it is not the finale. I'm so sorry. I'm getting performances. It should, hopefully by like Monday or something, and then I can start editing. But I want to give y'all something. I probably should have given y'all something a while ago because it's been a month since the deadline. Well, it's not been a month. Let me not lie on my contestant's name. It's a new month. There we go. But I got bored, and so earlier this year I put my contestants into the Drag Race Simulator, which, if you don't know, is a tool that you can put random queens from the whole Drag Race series into the simulator, or you can make custom, which is how I did this, and it just simulates a whole season. And I did this earlier within the year. However, the footage got corrupted somehow. I don't know how my screen recorder did that. Plus, I'm breathing heavily right now. I'm sorry. I don't know why. However, this will likely be in the recording too. But at least this time I remembered to record it in the right view, so where it's not like, how like my last video was, how I had it like vertical instead of horizontal. Yeah, this time I recorded it horizontally. You're welcome. I'm just a professional. Anyways, here's how this original season went. Okay, let's take a look. And here is how the new season went. Who will win? Who will be the pork chop? Does anyone kiss? Find out. I need to pop in before we start because, I'm going over this in editing, making sure everything's fine. Few things. One, I cannot read aloud. You could know this if you've like watched any of my previous videos before the Lux Factor. I cannot read aloud. Or, well, speak, period. But audio quality is not the best. I have no mic, so the audio did seem to change quality throughout the video, like screen recording. I'm so sorry for that. And also, the beginning of the screen recording, it seemed to have cut off like the very little bit of an intro that I tried doing. It's fine because y'all had this, but I just wanted to let y'all know. And anyways, enjoy. And if you want to do your own season of this, you should. You should. Monetize. You know what? You should spread the good word of the Lux Factor, because when you do, I get more views. I don't know. But enjoy, have fun, and also, this is all for fun. Don't take this too serious. Anyways, bye! Hello there, and welcome. Lux Factor, if it was in the Drag Race Simulator. Now, I get that this is not optimal for screen recording. However, this is what I have. So this is what I'm going to do. And as you can see, we have the cast all in. We're doing a double premiere, no elimination, random return, yeah. Regular season format, and a top 3. Let's just randomize all. I don't care who the groups are. In today's mini challenge, the queens will do a song about past Drag Race contestants, and Cookie wins, so they'll have an advantage. The remaining queens will record vocals and perform in a girl group number for the original song by flop, so Landon and Wish had a great performance. Eddie, Cookie, Sally, and Kay all did good. Runway is circus. Eddie slayed. Wish and Sally had a great runway. Kay and Cookie had a good runway, and Landon had a bad runway despite being a clown. But Our top 2 of the week is Landon and Wished, and no one's going home. Love and Control, Finger on the Trigger by Donna Summers. And our first winner is Wished, with Landon being in the top 2. So you could see Cookie and Sally were low, Kay and Eddie were high. And then now on to the rest of the contestants. And Quicks won the mini challenge about a quiz about hip pads. I don't know. The remaining queens will record vocals and perform in the girl group number for the original song, Can I Get an Amen? Gino slayed. Savage had a great performance. Quicks and Potato had a good performance. Quill and Tide had a bad performance, and Matt flopped. Okay then. Category is yellow. Savage slayed. Potato and Tide had a great runway. Gino, Quicks, Quill had a good runway, and Matt is not doing good so far. Top 2 are Gino and Savage. To Hot Hot by Brie, Runaway. Savage did great, Gino did good, and Savage is the winner. And now we merge our groups. And there is no mini challenge. The queens will do a parody commercial about a law firm. So Gino slays. Wished, Potato, Savage, Landon, Matt, Sally, Eddie, Tide all had a great performance. Kay did good. Quicks and Quill had a bad performance, and Cookie flopped. Category is Caftan. Savage, Sally, and Cookie slayed. Quicks had a great runway. Gino, Tide, Potato, Landon, Eddie, Matt, Kay, and Quill had a good runway. And Wish did bad. Our tops and the bottoms of the week are Cookie, Quill, Gino, Quicks, Savage, and Tide. I read that out of order. You're fine. Y'all will live. The rest are safe. Gino and Savage are both the winners of the challenge, with Tide being high. The bottom 3 are Quill, Cookie, and Quicks, with Quicks being safe. So Cookie and Quill are the bottom 2. It Takes Two to Make a Thing Go Right by Seduction. Quill did good, and Cookie had a bad lip sync. And Cookie is our first. Oh, well, hello there. Yeah, welcome to Untucked. I don't think anything else is happening. Okay. Savage and Kay are enemies. Tide and Quicks are enemies. Tide and Wished are enemies. Wished and Quicks are friends. Wished and Potato are enemies. Sally and Landon are enemies. Sally and Quill are enemies. Potato and Eddie are enemies. Potato and Quicks are enemies. Landon and Quicks are friends. Landon and Quill are enemies. Eddie and Matt are enemies. Matt and Kay are enemies. So, Matt has enemies, and Matt makes out with Savage, apparently. You know what? Anyways, so our first eliminated, being Cookie, despite being a finalist in the actual season, is crazy. But I did ask the contestants to give, stats on, the qualifications, So this is all their input. And Savage is the first to 2 wins, which is great. In today's mini challenge, the queens will do a quick look about a partner, and Quicks won. So this is a design challenge with bags. So Quill slays. Gino, Savage, Tide, Kay, and Quicks had a great performance. Sally, Landon, Eddie, Wish, Potato had good performance, and Matt had a bad performance. Gino, Wished, Savage, Matt, Quill, and Sally are the tops and the bottoms, and everyone else is safe. Quill, congratulations, you're the winner, with Gino and Savage being high. Matt, Sally, and Wished are the bottom 3, but Wish is safe. So it's Sally versus Matt. Oh, so Lip Sync is to Ignorance by Paramore. Sally and Matt, both of them flopped. Now, do we think it's going to be a double elimination? Because that would be gaggy. No, but Matt and Sasha's away. So our 2 out of our 3 finalists got eliminated first. You know what? Work. So Matt leaves after making out with Savage. Let's see. Savage is just getting yelled at. Okay, I don't think any of the enemies are new, so let's continue on. So that is crazy. I think that's crazy. Quill being low, bottom 2, and then winning, that's iconic. That's literally basically their track record if, we were to think. Except it's not the track record, so here we are. Landon won the mini challenge about hip pads again, and category is Zodiac Sign. Tide, Landon, Potato, and Quill had a great performance. Savage, Gino, Quicks, Eddie, Kay, Sally, and Wish had good performance. So no one did bad. Wish, Tide, Quill, Sally, Kay, and Landon are the tops and the bottoms of the week with everyone else being safe. Tied, congratulations, you're the winner. Landon and Quill are high. Wished, Sally, and Kay are the bottoms, but Sally is safe, so it's Wished versus Kay. Wished did good and Kay flopped to Supermodel by RuPaul. I can see that, lowkey. Because, Pretty Princess Wished over here knows about. I'm assuming knows about. But Wished stays. Anything else? Oh, fighting. So Tide gets a win. Quill is on their redemption era. Savage is doing great. Gino is doing great. Wished won the first challenge for safe, low, and bottom 2. It's a downward cycle now. The queens will do a quiz about a partner, and Landon won. So, the queens will act in a commercial named I'm not good. I feel like I will accidentally. I'm going to mispronounce that so bad. So, we're not going to. Landon decides the team. So, Landon chooses Eddie, Gino, and Tide to make Team 1. Quill, Quix, and Potato are Team 2. And Sally, Savage, and Wished are Team 3. Gino and Wished slayed. Sally, Tide, and Quix did a great performance. Potato, Savage, Eddie, Landon had a good performance, and Quill did bad. Category is retro. Sally, Potato, and Eddie slayed. Quix and Tide had a great runway. Wish and Savage had a good runway. Gino, Landon, and Quill had a bad runway. Oh, this is some tea. Tops and the bottoms of the week are Potato, Savage, Sally, Quix, Quill, and Wished. Everyone else is safe? Alright, I want to hear from you. Who should go home tonight and why? Potato said Quix because I don't want to choose my friends and they are not my friend. Quill said Potato because they're trying and it's not working. Savage said Potato because their lack of growth, polish, and refusal to listen to the judges' critiques throughout the competition. Quix said Potato because of their delusions about their performance throughout the season. Sally said Quill because they don't deserve the crown. Wish said Potato because I don't think what you're seeing on this stage is the real them. Oh, that's the tea. Sally wins the challenge. Wished and Savage are safe. Quill, Quix, and Potato are the bottoms, but Quix is safe, so it's Potato versus Quill. And the lip sync song is Wildest Dreams by Taylor Swift. Potato did great. Quill flopped. I think that's accurate. Any new drama? Sally tells Quix to bit heavier to cover her manly features, and Quix tells her to do the same. You know what? We love. So we're just here, Sally got a win. We love. And Potato was bottom 2. So, nothing new. Eddie is safe. And that's all we can really say. That, you know what? Landon wins the mini challenge. We'll do wigs with... What is it with the hip pads? Okay, Landon is great with hip pads, apparently, which, we should ask about. Snatch Game, which is an impersonation game mixed with comedy. So Gino will do Mirelle Mathieu. Wished will do Joan Rivers. I could see that doing so well. Sally's doing Dolly Parton. Quix will do, I'm not going to try pronouncing that. I'm sorry. But Tide is doing Bernie Sanders. Potato is doing Gwyneth Paltrow. Eddie is doing Gemma Collins. Landon is doing Ma or Napa. Savage will be doing... I'm sorry. I feel like I am being rude by not being able to pronounce this. I am deeply sorry. So Potato slays. Gino, Landon, and Savage did great. Eddie, Quix, Sally, and Tide did good and wished the one... How did you mess up with Joan Rivers? Wished... How? So the category is Power of Love. Sadly slays. Savage had a great runway. Potato, Gino, Quix, and Tide wished had a good runway, and Landon and Eddie had a bad runway. Oh, right, Quill got eliminated. I was like, where's Quill? Potato, Landon, Wished, Sally, Eddie, and Gino are the tops and the bottoms. Savage, Quix, and Tide are safe. Potato wins Snatch Game. We love. Landon and Gino, good job. You've placed high. Wished, Eddie, and Sally are the bottoms of the week, but Sally is safe. So it's Eddie versus Wished. right after I said Eddie's been safe. So the lip sync song is Boss by Fifth Harmony. Both of them had a great lip sync, but Wished wins. Tide tells Quicks to get ready to lip sync because they did badly this week. Ooh. None of y'all are trade. And Landon and Gino share a cocktail. We love. I think Wished at this point is the lip sync assassin, if I'm not. Yeah. Look at you. We love. Wished won the first episode and it's been downhill since. I feel bad. And anyways, in today's mini challenge, the queens will do a competition about the pit crew. Landon is winning these mini challenges. So this is a dance number about RuPaul's biography. Wish, Tide, Savage, and Potato did great. Gino, Quicks, and Sally did good, and Landon did bad. Category is Spring. Savage slayed, Tide and Quicks did good. Well, did great. Potato, Sally, and Landon did good, and Wished and Gino did bad. Ooh, another segment. Gino, Wished, Savage, Sally, Potato, and Landon are the tops and the bottoms. Tide and Quicks are safe. Now, who should go home tonight and why? Wish said Sally because working with them was frustrating and they were not on the same level as their contestants. Sally said Landon because I don't think what you're seeing on stage is the real them. Landon said Sally because I don't want to choose my friends and they are not my friend. Savage said Sally because they are annoying. Potato said Landon because their runway looks throughout the season. And Gino said Sally because they are getting comfortable with being a beautiful girl. Okay. Savage, congratulations, you're the winner. Potato and Wished, you placed high. Sally, Gino, and Landon are the bottoms of the week, but Gino is safe, so that leaves Sally and Landon in the bottom two. And the song is Vive tus sueños? I don't know. I took Spanish for 2 years. I was not good at it. Passed. But both of them flopped. Is this a double elimination? No. Landon stays, Sally gets eliminated. Okay, so now all the eliminated all-stars, even though, get a chance to return to the competition. The queens must perform a live stand-up comedy act in front of an audience of judgmental queens. The returning queens get to choose their partner, starting with the last eliminated queen. Sally chose Tide, Eddie chose Gino, Quill chose Savage, Kate chose Wished, Matt chose Landon, Cookie chose Quicks. That means Potato will work solo as the MC of the show. Quill and Tide slayed. Potato, Kay, Gino, Matt, and Quicks had a great performance. Sally wished Landon, Savage had a good performance. Cookie did bad, and Eddie flopped. Okay. So, Sally, Tide, and Quill. What is this wording? Sally, Tide, and Quill, Savage, you were the top all-stars of the week. Wished, Landon, Gino, you are safe. Quicks and Potatoes are up for elimination. And because this is a top 2 lip sync... stop giving me notifications. Oh my god. 13 dead. Anyways, Sally chooses Quicks lip sync and Quill chooses Quicks lipstick. So Quicks is getting eliminated here. They lip sync to Unicorn by Noah Curiel. Quill flopped, but Sally did bad, so Sally is a winner, and Quicks, you will always be an all-star. So does that mean who returned? Win plus return. Savage has 4 wins in 9 episodes, and I think that is fantastic for them. And you know what? Sally has 2 wins now. Wished has 1. Potato has 1. And Tide has 2. Oh, this was a 3-way win? Okay, then. So everyone else is out. We are back to having 7 contestants. Okay, I'm not reading the reading challenge. I'm sorry. I am struggling as is to read. Well, I'm struggling because I can't keep a breath. So I'm sorry about if I'm heavy breathing. But Potato wins the mini challenge. The maxi challenge is 1-2 Drags TV show. Savage, Potato, and Gino slayed. Sally and Landon did great. Wish did good, and Tide did bad. Category is Spring again. Tide slayed. Gino, Potato, and Savage did great. Landon, Sally, and Wish did good. Potato, Tide, Gino, Wish, Savage are the tops and the bottoms of the week. So it's 2 people in the top and 3 people in the bottom, I'm guessing. They just wanted someone to be safe, so Landon and Sally are safe. Potato, congratulations, you're the winner of the challenge. Gino and Savage are safe. And Tide and Wish are in the bottom too. The lip sync is What a Man by Salt and Peppa featuring En Vogue. Tide and Wish had a bad performance, but Tide stays, meaning our lip sync assassin has been eliminated. You know, winning the first episode and then never, well, literally getting every single placement except for like a top 2, but you know. What is it? Oh, okay, we'll do in today's mini challenge, the queens will do a quick look about a partner. We'll make a quick look. Tide wins. Okay. Queens will participate in a roast about a bottomless brunch. Potato, Tide, Savage, and Landon did great. Gino and Sally did good. No one flopped a roast, and we love. Category is Goddess. Tide and Gino did great. Savage, Potato, and Sally did good, and Landon did bad. Tide, congratulations, you're the winner of today's challenge. Landon and Savage, good job, you're safe. Gina, where is Potato? Hold on. Gino and Sally, I'm sorry, my dears, but you were up for elimination. Me and Mr. Jones by Amy Winehouse. Sally did good and Gino did bad, but Gino stays. Tide and Gino plan to jump on Landon. Potato and Gino drank a few too many cocktails. Wait, so Potato was just safe? I guess it's because they did great. I don't know. I can guarantee you Gino won because of track record. Because look at this difference, you know? But we still love you, Sally. You are loved. Gino wins the mini challenge, and it's a parody of using puppets, and they will get a small advantage for the maxi challenge. Ooh, so it's the makeover. The queens will make the pit crew their drag sisters. Savage slays, Tide and Potato did great, and Landon and Gino did good. Potato, congratulations, you're the winner of today's challenge. Savage and Tide did good, and you're high. Gino and Landon are up for elimination. Space Oddity by David Bowie. Oh no, Gino lost their wig. So whenever I post this, can we all just go harass the GIS Central channel and just saying you lost your wig? Please and thank you. Gino did great though, and Landon did bad, and Gino stays over Landon. Potato and Tide are yelling at Gino, and Tide and Potato are sharing wigs. So since we're going into a top 3, I think we should look at just track records and see if this is like, oh, I'm cutting off one queen, we're not doing an elimination. Last place track record wise is Gino with a 3.14 average. In third place is Potato with a 3.36. Okay, I'm gonna charge my phone after this, I don't care. Second place is Tide with a 3.55. And in first place by a large margin is Savage with a 4.18 PPE. Anyways, proceeding. In today's mini challenge, the queens will do a quiz about noodles and Savage wins. Okay. Today's challenge is the ball, the regions ball. And the themes are colors, flavors, and regions. Tide and Savage slayed. Potato had a great performance and Gino did good. Tide, congratulations, you're the winner of today's challenge. Savage, good job, you're high. Potato and Gino, I'm sorry, my dears, but you are up for elimination. To the Edge of Glory by Lady Gaga. Potato did great, and Gino did bad, and Potato stays. Well, we didn't do a rusical, but Potato complains that she should have been Black China instead of Tide. Tide, Savage, and Potato get into a heated debate about Pringles, and I feel like that is accurate. Okay, so there is Savage and Potato are enemies. Okay. We love, I guess. I don't know. So going in, Savage dominated, I guess. Everyone has at least 3 wins. Savage has 4. And I think even though Savage did do the best in most challenges, but because they already had 4 wins, they're like spreading it out, you know, just to be like safe about it. And so Tide has 4 wins, Savage has 4 wins, Potato has 3 wins. Going into the finale. Another Reading challenge. Now voting for Miss Congeniality. Cookie votes for Landon. Sally votes for Matt. Savage voted for Landon. Quicks voted for Landon. Potato voted for Kay. Tide voted for Landon. Quill voted for Cookie. Kay voted for Potato. Eddie voted for Landon. Matt voted for Landon. Landon voted for Tide. Wished voted for Kay. Gino voted for Landon, so the winner from Miss Congeniality is Landon! Our top three were participating in the music video for RuPaul's newest single. Category is Best Drag, Potato Slays, and Savage Tide did great. Oh, ew. We don't support Melanie Martinez. Ew. Potato, I'm sorry, my dear, but this is not your time. Now sashay away. Tide and Savage, you will lip sync for your lives. We're not doing Dollhouse. What else? What are we doing? We are doing this song by Conan Gray. That is what we're doing. Because screw Melanie Martinez. I hate that I have a vinyl of her. Anyways, Savage slayed and Tide flopped. Ladies, I made my decision. The next drag superstar is... Savage! Now prance, my queen. Congratulations to Savage for winning this season of What Happens If I Put the Lux Factor Season 1 cast into the Drag Race Simulator. Now, I was going to put myself in so we could have an even 14, but you know, I still had fun. I'm going to download this image and then like put images because it just wouldn't load any images when I was customizing this, so I'm so sorry about that. But I hope you enjoyed. Let's go to memorable lip syncs. Eddie versus Wished was apparently the best, and well, Sally can't lip sync apparently. I'm so sorry. But if you want to just pause as I slowly scroll, well, this isn't so ill. It should say this song by Conan Gray. Anyways, back to the new Gotcha avatar, by the way. Well, I hope you enjoyed my inability to read, my inability to talk, and my inability to breathe properly, let alone hold a mic. Well, hold my phone, because, you know, whatever. You know, this is all in good fun, you know. Consider... What? I said you know too often, twice. Ooh. Consider this the road to the finals for the Lux Factor, because... At this point, I can't ask for anything more from the contestant. No, that's shady. No shade. But, anyways, tell me, what do you think of this new avatar? What do you think of the new look? New era for the channel, and, you know, hope you all have had, you know, a fun time here. I'm not asking for, like... Ooh, was it a fantastic ride today? Like, no. I understand I am chopped when it comes to recording stuff. But you know what? We can still have fun. Anyways, have a great rest of your day. I have been Lux. And I will hopefully soon see you for the Lux Factor finale.